Okay, so on the main channel video yesterday where we talked about the label of white Christian nationalists being thrown around towards black preachers like Philip Anthony Mitchell and Vodi Bakum, the idea came out of, hey, some of this Christo-fascism towards politicians that pray is really because of their hypocrisy when it comes to the deportation or the inhumane deportation. And I thought it'd be interesting to look at something right now that is breaking in New York City's Chinatown, specifically counterfeit goods. Now, of course, this is libs of TikTok resharing this. And so when we see something like this, and we understand that there's a ton of verses about, hey, protect the fatherless, the widow, the alien in the scriptures. And I think I say yes and amen to all those. And I would stand and say, hey, if there's inhumane deportations happening, I would condemn those, and I have. We've talked about how, hey, I don't know if abuelas and folks that have been here for decades need to be the ones sent out. From our understanding, it's been primarily folks who are criminals. That's who ICE is supposed to be going after. So this is now happening in New York City's Chinatown. Everyone's kind of freaking out about it. All the folks running for mayor and the politicians locally have spoken out about it. So let's take a look at this and then perhaps give us a little bit more context. Now, I've been to this part of New York. I've seen it. So let's take a look at this. So this is someone that is being pinned down, and this basically turns into almost a riot of sorts, okay? This gets more and more intense. So they're handcuffing someone. Now you would say, man, that's wrong, right? People are trying to get in the way, screaming. Apparently these are folks, immigrants from Africa, who are selling counterfeit goods. So my question is, like, do these folks who are yelling at the ICE agents, did they actually understand what's going on? Did they actually understand what's happening regarding this whole situation? I don't know. Is this worth a paycheck? Okay. So pretty disturbing, I think, to say the least, right? You see that and you're like, man, what's going on now? I dug a little bit deeper at this and I was like, okay, well, let's see what's actually behind all of this, right? Okay, so here is how the New York Post is reporting it. ICE agents make bust on Canal Street in New York, NYC's Chinatown in effort to crack down on illegal vendors, okay? And these folks are getting swept up because they're selling counterfeit goods, Louis Vuitton, so on and so forth. Here's more footage of the protesters confronting the ICE agents, okay? And it getting pretty rowdy. I don't know if it turns into a full-on riot, but, it's pretty combative. It's pretty combative. I think the concern that a lot of people have here is because they're in military gear on Canal Street. That's kind of the pushback that you're getting from the Cuomos and those folks, is that why are they in military gear? Is this making it less safe for average New Yorkers? So I think those are, I guess. So I think it's fair to say those are valid concerns. Like, hey, is the way ICE is going in and grabbing these folks, is that safe? Is that humane? Now, here's the flip side to all of this, that I wonder if people actually understand what's going on, both from a legal standpoint, but also in the temperament of how a lot of these folks on Canal Street and are doing this bootleg selling have been carrying themselves. Okay, so this is a vlog, and by the way, I'm saying all this. Some of you guys knows about. I'm saying all this as an immigrant. So let me hit you guys with kids, make sure you guys know there might be a little bit of profanity in this. Explicit. Okay, so then this video is also going viral.
Yo, what's up? We don't do no fucking camera. The fucking camera.
Hey. Okay, so these guys are doing a vlog about what happens on Canal Street, and it turns violent really quick.
Hey. Out of here with that shit.
Hey, back up.
Who the fuck you work for?
So these are like vloggers that are going to New York and documenting what's happening here.
Hey,
back up. Hey.
With that shit. You gonna get fucked up. I'm telling you.
Wait, back up. So this is a public street. So when we're talking about inhumane deportations, and again, I don't know if this guy's a migrant. I don't know if I don't know his paperwork. I don't know any of that. But I've been to Canal Street, and it can get pretty combative. It can get, and not to mention, you're talking about vendors who don't have permits or a legal right to sell, who are selling counterfeit goods. My question to folks that are against ICE, which again, you point me to an inhumane situation, you point me to when are their families being torn apart. Folks have been here for decades. Folks that are American as apple pie, right? When that's happening, you point to those situations, and I'll say, yeah, that's wrong. I don't think we should be getting rid of abuelas and folks that have been here for 20, 30 years. But from my understanding, the folks they're going after are criminals. Now, I hate to be this guy, but there's criminal activity here.
Back up.
This is one of the guys who's arrested and detained by ICE.
Hey, why are you mad at me?
Keep it pushing.
Why are you mad at me?
Take it over there somewhere else.
I am.
Yeah, you work for the fucking, who you work for?
By myself.
All right, get out of here.
Look, I just bought some Rolex.
That's right.
I just bought a Rolex.
What's a Rolex?
It's a fake one. It's a fake one.
It's a fake one. Go to the fucking store and get the real one. Get the fuck out of here with your cameras. Snitch ass motherfuckers. So what the fuck is y'all here for? This is how the fuck we eat. That's how the fuck we eat. So get the fuck out of here.
I'm leaving.
So get the fuck out of here.
Where you come from?
You get the fuck out of here. I come from your mother.
Really?
bitch.
No, you didn't.
Fuck out of here.
Why are you mad at us? We can be here on the street. This is public street. We have the First Amendment.
This is our block, you bitch. Get the fuck
This is your block?
Yeah, motherfucker. So somebody smack this motherfucker and take the camera away.
I can be here. I don't have anything to be worried about because I'm not doing anything illegally. You see what happens? People come in from other countries illegally. They get mad at you on the streets.
Now, I don't know how he would have known that they were illegally. I think that may have been a generalization. But then considering that this is the same dude that looks like he's in handcuffs and detained today by ICE, maybe he was onto something.
United States. Then they shouldn't be doing stuff illegally. Then they shouldn't be doing stuff illegally. Hey, hey. Hey.
I will smash this bitch.
Hey. Hey. All right, we're out. See what happens? That's the problem. If you just can't let this go on, people need to start standing on business. These people are selling illegally on the streets of New York City. Cameraman just got punched in the face. Took one for the team. He just took one cold right there. They're selling illegally.
Now, I'm not going to say, maybe these guys were more antagonistic off camera. Maybe there was some other stuff that happened. But again, my question is just simply like all these folks that are like anti-ICE, do they know what they're protesting against? Right? Do they know what they're protesting against? This is another lady that went down there, documented the situation.
Driving down the street, I was Ubering, and I saw this huge market.
So this lady was just in the area. They're saying that she's a provocateur.
African migrants selling all of these bags along this sidewalk. The sidewalk was actually completely full of people. So I was like, okay, pull over, let me see what's going on. Now I'm walking along this street, and the entire sidewalk was completely packed with people.
And so there's a migrant in the background saying this.
These Louis Vuitton bags, buying these YSL bags. Obviously, all of them are knockoffs. Now, I spoke to some of the migrants. They were telling me they're all from Senegal. And as I'm walking around, they all start grabbing their bags.
Now, for the record, to me, it doesn't matter where they're from. The question is, as a New Yorker, like, do you want this for your city? Do you want folks without permits selling illegal knockoff stuff in the heart of Manhattan? It's like, this is a fair question.
Very quickly, again, this entire block was filled with all of these bags, and they picked them all up very quickly. Within 2 minutes, they all started jumping in vehicles, running away. I was speaking to one of the migrants, and he ended up telling me that they don't have the license to sell these purses. It's illegal, and if the cops catch them, they will come and take away all of their products. Another thing that I noticed, too, because I was filming, is these migrants, very similar to Paris, telling me that I can't film here.
Yeah, to sound like someone they can't film on a public street is insane. Like, you don't own the street. How are you going to tell somebody what they can and can't do on a public street, especially if they're a YouTuber or a vlogger?
You do the filming here.
And that I wasn't allowed to be, using my camera. So they're being a little bit of aggressive toward me. And it just looked just like Paris. I was just in Paris, a month ago, and it looks the exact same here on the streets of New York as it did over there. Again, I've just never seen this. Maybe this is a common thing. But again, the entire sidewalk was completely filled with these knockoff fake purses. And then as soon as they thought the cops were going to come, they all just took off running. Craziest thing I've ever seen.
Okay. So again, folks who are anti-ICE, and again, you point to me when ICE is doing something wrong. Every time I've heard of them doing anything here, it's usually folks who have criminal records, and at least where I'm at. I don't know about these folks here. I can't speak to it. But folks who are anti-ICE, is this the hill you want to die on? Are these the things you want to protest against? It's like some of New York and a lot of major cities have been completely run down because of bad policy and bad approaching to these sorts of things regarding how do you regulate that? Is this the hill you want to die on? Two, this is the deeper issue, and this is the part that people don't want to talk about. Even if there are overreaches or overuse of power with ICE, I think the core of this issue, honestly, is that this is an overcorrection. Let's just grant and say that ICE is behaving aggressively, hypothetically. Let's just grant that for a second. Unfortunately, what you're seeing is an overcorrection to the catch and release policies in America that Biden overturned the day he came into office. And now with Trump, he did catch and release in Mexico, cleaned up the border, less people coming over. And again, I'm not like the biggest Trumpster. You guys know this about me, but and I have been critical of him. Those guys say, you're never critical of Trump. I am. Just look at the channel. This is an overcorrection, if I were to even grant that, to the bad policies that happened from the previous administration. they are now going to crack down, whether it was 10 million people that were let in over the last 4 years, previous administration, or 20 million. Who knows how many people came in illegally? A nation can't support that. You can't support this sort of stuff. The infrastructure of a country can't support this sort of stuff, especially folks who in New York, that if they're honest, would say, yeah, we've been kind of overran with this sort of stuff. So from one standpoint, like, I understand, and they show the video of the congresswoman praying with ICE that it's Christo-fascist because it's hypocrisy, so on and so forth. But at the other end of the spectrum, are these folks going in and getting bad guys predominantly? And if they are getting bad guys predominantly, why would you want to be against that? Those are my thoughts. Just trying to figure it out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Oh, and by the way, just so you know, 2 more days to get the Among the Pagans collection. You can pick it up right now at blessgod.co. Links pinned up. Piece I'm wearing right here. Available for the season of all the craziness that's going on. Go to blessgod.co. Pick it up before the sale is over. All right? I'll see you over there. Peace.